The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
There's the Rav of Netanya. The Rav of Netanya is a man named Rabbi Moshe Chaim Lau. Rabbi Moshe Chaim Lau is a son of the former chief rabbi of Israel, Rav Yisrael Meir Lau, a brother of Rabbi David Lau, who's the present Ashkenazic chief rabbi. Rabbi Moshe Chaim Lau shared the following. Talk about the time of history we live in. He gets a call from a young woman. Could you be Mesadik Kedushin for me in this particular city? When? The night of B'dikas Chametz. It's a 2-hour drive from where he lives. The busiest night for a Rav in the whole year is the night of B'dikas Chametz. First of all, everybody wakes up with their shayla. You can ask Rav Newberg. The counters, with the refrigerators, with the hachsherim, with the b'dikas chametz. He forgot the bread, he forgot the cell. He's going to Arizona, he's going to Miami, he's going to New Zealand, he's going to Italy, he's going to Greece. Celebrity Freilich. Then the rabbi also has a house. That's the night. That's the night. You don't go. She says, I'm sorry. Get another Rav. She says, no. It's you or nobody. Oh, Jewish guilt. He realizes she's a secular woman. She's not getting another Rav. He says, can you make it a night before? No. I need you. He says, what do you need me for? She says, I heard you once do another wedding, and I said only you're doing my wedding. He says, you took the worst night of the year for a wedding. This is the only night I can do it. He tells her, listen, if you could do the chuppah 4:30 p.m. sharp, and you allow me to leave right after the chuppah 10 minutes later, 20 minutes later, I can do it. If not, it's simply unfair. I have a huge community. The night before Pesach, it's impossible. Even this is a stretch, but I'll do it for you. She says, you got it. Chuppah 4:30 sharp, leave right after the chuppah. Erev Pesach, Yud Gimel Nissen, right before B'dikas Chametz, best time for Siddur Kedushin. He travels 2 hours, comes into the hall, waiting for the chuppah. There's one man sitting there, an old man. Shalom Aleichem, the man says. Rav Lau says, Aleichem Shalom. The man says, Ich komme von Argentina. I'm from Buenos Aires. Where are you from? He says, I'm from Netanya. The old man looks at him and he says, Yiddish, you understand? He says, I understand Yiddish. The old man says, I live in Argentina. I'm the father of the bride. She's my baby. She's my mozinik, my little baby. It's an honor to meet you. He says, now for you Jew from Netanya. You know where I come from originally? He says, how would I know? He says, I come from a city called Pietrikov. Did you ever hear of a city called Pietrikov? He says, I've heard of a city called Pietrikov. And he looks at him and he says, did you ever hear of a Jew named Rabbi Moshe Chaim Lau, who was the Rav of Pietrikov? He nods. He says, I have heard of him. He says, do you know whose wedding he performed last before he was gassed in Treblinka in 1944? He says, no. He says, it was my wedding. The Germans put the Jews of Pietrikov in a ghetto. And then transportations began. Most of them were sent to Treblinka, including Rabbi Moshe Chaim Lau and his children and his spouse. And the night before he was deported, he made a wedding for me and my wife. A little small wedding in the ghetto. We survived. And he was sent to the gas chambers the next day. Did you ever hear of this Rav? And Rabbi Lau starts crying and he says, Ich heiss Moshe Chaim Lau. My name is Moshe Chaim Lau. He was my Zayda. My father was little Lulik, Yisrael Meir, who was 5 years old, who was taken by his brother Naftali to Buchenwald in a sack and saved. This is my father. He was my Zayda. I'm named after Moshe Chaim Lau. And the Jew says, your grandfather did my wedding a night before he was murdered. And now you will perform my daughter's wedding 70 years later. And Reb Moshe Chaim said, you know, I couldn't understand the stubbornness of your daughter to have me at her wedding. Just because she heard me at another wedding. How stubborn can a person be? But now I understand. She was choosing me for her reasons. Providence, Hashgacha, the Rebbeinu Shalom was choosing it for another reason.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org